Okay, I know I'm super late to the game on this one, but I'm going to talk about Red One. Yeah, I know it's a holiday film, and we're way past the holidays, and I've been pretty busy with a certain thing called CES that I wasn't able to get to this one in time. And I saw it on Amazon Prime, which is weird because it was just in theaters, and to me, I feel like now streaming services are just getting these films so quickly. I mean, I would understand if this showed up like, I don't know, the thing about Christmas films is they tend to show up like, traditionally they used to like release in the theaters and then 1 year later they would show up on DVD in time to be a holiday classic, and then, you know, people would buy them at that time because, you know, it was a good stocking stuffer. Red One feels like a film that it's just like it's one of those films. Let me specify what I mean by one of those films. I feel like Red One was simply made because Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is kind of in it, and I get the feeling like this film was sort of written around him. I have this theory that, you know how there's going to be like a live-action Moana coming out? I actually have a feeling that Disney didn't really authorize that I think like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson just made an announcement on like social media, and then Disney just kind of had to do it, and now they're doing it. At least that's what I think they're doing. I mean, I haven't heard much about this live action Moana because, I mean, they already have a Moana 2. I don't really see why they need a live action one for a film that didn't even come out 10 years ago. So yeah, or did it? I can't remember when that came out now that I'm thinking about it. Basically, alright, you know, we might as well just get to the plot of this film, because the plot of this film is all over the dang place. But basically, yeah, Santa Claus exists in this world, and he's kept in secret. So apparently the government knows that Santa Claus exists, and basically Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is sort of his chief security Secret Service agent, for lack of a better term. So one day after a certain time, where right before Christmas, Santa Claus gets kidnapped, and like someone comes to the North Pole and just steals him. Now, this is one of those films that's kind of on a time limit, but the problem is these characters do so much during this time limit. I feel like I don't even think a time limit is even needed, or you could have gone without the time limit element and you still would have had a decent film. Maybe not a good film, but a decent one. Because I swear these characters go from Tahiti to this place, to this place, to this place, and they only have like, I don't know, 24 hours to do this stuff. And I'm kind of going like, you know, and I feel like it's Hollywood 101 that if you're doing a film that has a time limit, usually they post a little thing like, you know, like 21 hours to this or something like that, and they count it down so you can tell that things are happening. Can you imagine if the film Armageddon, where the asteroid was just gonna, I don't know, it'll show up pretty soon. You know, no, there's a time limit. They say they have 18 days to destroy it, and so in this case they have 24 hours to get Santa on his sleigh so he can, you know, save Christmas and stuff like that, because we've all seen most Christmas films are about saving Christmas. The film of the world of Red One doesn't make a lot of sense. There's a lot of things that they throw at you and you just sort of expect to believe it. I feel like one of the biggest things that happens at the beginning of the film, when Santa Claus gets kidnapped, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and yes, I know his character has a name, but I forgot it, just kind of has this snowmobile in his pocket, and he just takes it out and then just hits it with a growth ray or something, and then it becomes like a snowmobile, and then he's able to ride it, because apparently he has the power to turn toys into like realistic versions of themselves. So like if he had a Matchbox car, he could shoot it with his gun and it would become like a real car. And here's the thing about that. When you're doing a film like this, you have to introduce those things properly. And sometimes it's a case of tell, then show, and sometimes it's a case of show and then tell. I felt like there needed to be a bit more telling going on there, because it just, at that point in time, he just kind of does that. And now he explains it later on in the film how he's able to do that. But even then, it doesn't really make a lot of sense. Why would he have the ability to do that? Why would he have the ability to just turn a car, like a little toy car, into a real car? Why should he have the ability to do that? Why does he have these Ant-Man powers? I don't know. It's just kind of there. This whole world is kind of like Men in Black, really. And I think that's kind of what they were going for, this sort of Men in Black Christmas sort of thing, which honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if there is some weird, I don't know, Men in Black Christmas special movie that was ever pitched and then just sort of became this. By the way, Red 1 is apparently the call sign or the code name for Santa. Get it? Because he's red and 1. And he's played by J.K. Simmons, who's pretty jacked in this, and I'm not really sure why they had to go that direction. I guess he was pretty jacked to begin with. I have no idea. Maybe he wanted to match The Rock's physique. I don't know. I mean, J.K. Simmons tends to add a lot of class in whatever film he's in. In this case, he could not save this. I don't think anyone was capable of saving this. Also, I believe Chris Evans, the actor that played Captain America, is in this, and he's sort of the Will Smith type character in this. In other words, he's kind of the guy who's sort of recruited to help out to find Santa, because apparently he's got some... He sort of invented the technology that eventually led to Santa being kidnapped, although he didn't really know that at the time. But he's on the naughty list, and his son is, and he's trying to reconnect with his son, and there's a bit of a plot line there that doesn't really work, honestly. I feel like there's a lot that's going on in this film, and to add more in this thing is really needless, and yeah. Oh, by the way, Krampus is in this film, because why not? We can throw everything else we have in this film. At this point in time, if Jack Skellington from A Nightmare Before Christmas showed up in this film, I actually wouldn't have been that surprised. Yeah, I mean, if there's... And who knows, maybe there's a... maybe there was a planned sequel where they discuss Halloween or something like that. This could actually work. I kind of like this idea that holidays are personified and that they're living this kind of secret world, and that... But I don't like the idea that we go on with our happy little lives by not knowing about it. I do like the aspect of, they actually show the real Santa Claus being in a mall and doing Santa things, which I kind of think is kind of sweet. I actually thought that's, they opened with that scene, and I kind of thought like, okay, this actually makes a lot of sense, you know, and he has this sleigh parked in a certain area, and he's ready to leave the mall when he needs to, and there are people like government security people trying to keep him secret. I actually kind of like that aspect of that. I think this could have been a really cute kids movie if they had gone that direction. Instead, it just kind of goes in a PG-13 rated area that I kind of went like, okay, who is this movie made for? I mean, I kind of went like, you know, if you're going for a little cute kids film, just go with a cute kids film. You don't have to throw in all this hibbity-blue that you were just throwing in there. And there's a lot of hibbity-blue thrown in there. I just made up that word. And that's what I'm going to describe Red 1 as. A lot of hibbity blue. So, yeah. This is not going to get a lot of hits. I know that. I've already seen like a lot of YouTube videos describing how bad Red 1 is. And a lot of people say it's terrible. And a lot of it is due to the fact that, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson was notoriously late for showing up on sets. And then there's that whole thing about him peeing in bottles because he was apparently that late and didn't want to take breaks or something, or maybe I don't know. Didn't want to take proper bathroom breaks. There's a right and wrong way to look at this, and I have no idea how I should be looking at this. So yeah, Red 1, you can see it for free on Amazon Prime. If you got Amazon Prime, you could go for it. But the holidays have passed, so anyway, I'm going to wrap this one up early. This is Mark Rollins from the Geek Church, signing up.